What's going on, guys? Today I'm back with another H.A.T format replay review for you guys. If you're interested in sending in your H.A.T format replays, you can go down to the video description and find all the information on how to go about sending those in. Anyways, the matchup I have for you today, we have !30STM, who is going to be on Madolche, versus Swisky, who is going to be on Geargia hands. Hopefully this will be a good matchup, but the only way to know for sure is to actually check it out. So without further ado, let's get started. Here, it looks like Swisky is going to win the rock, paper, scissors and get to start this one out. Opening hands, we see DD Crow, Upstart Goblin, H.A.T, Angeli, and Compulse. And on the other side, we see Armor, MST, Firehand, MST, and MK2. And Swisky will get a draw for turn here, getting a copy of Ice Hand. So here, it looks like they are just going to set the copy of Armor and then set double MST over to TM, who gets a copy of Solemn Warning. And here, let's see what they choose to do. They are going to start their turn with Upstart Goblin, getting another copy of Angeli. After that, they are going to normal summon the Angeli, activate a copy of H.A.T, use the Angeli effect, tributing it off to summon a copy of Hootcake. From there, Hootcake is going to banish the Angeli to summon a copy of Messengelato. Messengelato is then going to trigger to get a copy of Ticket. After that, it looks like activating the Ticket and setting to back row and trying to pass turn, but here it looks like Swisky is going to activate MST, and they definitely have a lot of options. Here it looks like they are going to go and hit a random back row and then use the other MST hitting the other random back row, probably because it means, since they do have the hands and stuff, maybe they're going to go for some sort of play that just naturally clears the rest of the back row, and they want to make sure that play goes through, even though these are going to be in defense position. So maybe even a play like a H.A.T or something like that just to wipe the whole board at once. It's really hard to say, but here it looks like they are going to draw a copy of Torrential. After that, flipping up the armor, using the effect, and grabbing a copy of Accelerator. From here, they're going to special summon that copy of Accelerator and overlay into a copy of H.A.T, detaching the copy of armor, and it looks like they were just having a little back and forth off to the side, and H.A.T is going to resolve there. After that, they're going to normal summon the Madolche monsters that were destroyed with that are going to shuffle back into the deck via their own effect. And then here the MK2 is going to be normal summon using the effect, and it looks like the DD Crow is going to be activated on that, banishing the copy of armor. And unfortunately, Swisky does not have another Geargia in graveyard or in hand, so they won't get anything out of that. And from here, it looks like they're just going to set the Torrential and back over to TM, who now unfortunately gets that copy of Messengelato that they probably don't want to see, but they can go and normal summon that copy of Angeli, and here we are going to see Swisky activate the Torrential, and the Angeli is going to be shuffled back into deck. From here, Swisky's going to get another Fire Hand, so not really seeing any back row or anything, just a lot of hands, normal summoning the Fire Hand and beating down with that, before passing it over to TM, who now gets a copy of Breakthrough Skill. From here, it looks like they're going to normal summon the Messengelato and crash them. The Messengelato will get shuffled back into deck, and here we will see TM set the Breakthrough Skill and pass it over to Swisky, who gets another Ice Hand. So really just seeing all the hands in a row. How many draws in a row has that been? I'm not entirely sure, but here's something the Fire Hand and beating in again. Here TM gets a copy of Instant Fusion, so there, if they can get another turn out of it, maybe they'll find a monster they can make a play with that. But here it looks like Swisky is going to draw for turn, getting a copy of Arsenal, which is a great draw, and on summon we are going to see the Breakthrough Skill activate, so it isn't able to tribute off and get another Geargia from deck, and it won't gain the little attack boost as well. But here, just swinging in with both and passing turn, leaving both on board. And from here, TM gets a copy of Trap Stun, and obviously that is not going to do it. So scooping it up and moving on into a game number 2. This time TM will get to start this one out. Opening hands, we see Breakthrough Skill, Duality, MST, Trap Stun, and Duality. So also not really the greatest hand from them right now. Well, it definitely could be if they can find their way into a starter. And on the other side, we see Soul Charge, Solemn Warning, DD Crow, Gear, and Arsenal. So definitely a better hand here from Swisky. And here we are going to see TM get a draw for turn, getting a copy of Upstart, activating it, getting a Bottomless. After that, activating Duality, revealing Max C, Breakthrough, and Crow. So adding the copy of Max C, not really finding any starters here though. So it looks like it might be a grind fest, setting 3 back row and passing it over to Swisky, who gets another copy of Soul Charge. Here, it looks like they're going to normal summon the Arsenal, and that is going to be met with Bottomless, not allowing that to get in for damage or into Graveyard for a potential Soul Charge play. And so from here, Swisky is just going to set some back row over to TM, who gets a copy of Ticket. They're going to start their turn by activating Duality and revealing Angeli, Compulse, and Hootcake, taking the copy of Angeli, so now they will have plays on the following turn here. And from here, it looks like they are just setting that MST, going to end phase where Swisky is going to activate the copy of Geargia Gear, and TM is thinking here, but they are going to activate the trap stun that was set. So kind of the perfect answer for that Geargia Gear here. Now Swisky draws for turn, getting a copy of Geargiano, which isn't great either. They're just going to set it and back over to TM, who draws a copy of Hootcake, and now they can really potentially start going off here, MSTing the back row, which is that copy of Warning, which is perfect to get rid of here, given now they can go for an Angeli play, summoning it, tributing it off, and getting a copy of Hootcake. From here, Hootcake is going to attempt to activate, banishing the Angeli, but obviously the Crow is actually going to banish the Angeli there. So the Hootcake will resolve with no effect, or basically not be able to finish resolving, and they are just going to pass turn, not even activating the copy of Ticket here, and instead, yeah, just passing. Here, Swisky gets a copy of Ice Hand, and let's see, summoning the copy of Ice Hand and just passing. Okay, so not even setting it. I'm wondering if maybe they were considering attacking in and just chose not to there. But either way, here TM gets a copy of Torrential, and they are going to activate Max C right away. After that, going for the copy of Hootcake, banishing the Max C. Oh, so they're doing that just because they didn't have any other monsters, which makes sense. So then, yeah, banishing the Max C, summoning the Messengelato. Messengelato will then trigger to get a copy of H.A.T here. And after that, being able to normal summon the Hootcake and go for, it looks like overlaying for, oh, a little misclick there. Definitely can't be going for Tiramisu with 2 level 3s there. And from here, it looks like they're overlaying for a copy of Leviair. I guess one other thing to point out is, wasn't the Hootcake originally summoned off of one of the copies of Angeli? If it was, I believe it doesn't shuffle back until what would have been the end of this turn, because it's the end of the next one. I don't think they've missed that. It's just some of these turns, sometimes you lose track of when the end of the whatever next turn is. But anyways, moving along here, we are going to see Leviair activate the effect, and it maybe not even really seeing that. Swisky knows that that is going to be basically full combo for TM here. So moving on into a game number 3, Swisky will get to start this one out. Opening hands, we see Madolche Palooza, Torrential Tribute, Max C, Angeli, and Max C. And on the other side, we are going to see Geargia Gear, Fiendish Chain, Arsenal, Ice Hand, and Accelerator. So honestly, very strong hands from both players. And here, Swisky will get a draw for turn, getting a copy of Fire Hand, summoning the copy of Arsenal, using the effect and tributing it off, and it is going to be met with a copy of Max C. So if Swisky had wanted to go for a really big play there, they unfortunately would have to play into Max C at this point. So now we are just going to see the armor summoned, and TM will get a copy of Trap Stun. Armor's going to use its effect to set itself, and then here we will see Swisky set 2 back row over to TM, who now gets a copy of Magellin. They are going to run out the Magellin, and Swisky's taking a second to think, but they say it's good. And here TM gets the copy of Mewtwo, which kind of indicates that they already have the Angeli, because that is the main combo, is Mewtwo plus Angeli. And after that, we are going to see 3 back row set, and here TM's thinking that maybe they were thinking about the other Max C, but I think in a lot of cases, it's better to hold it for the following turn after the Geargia Gear has resolved, if they're doing it in end phase, obviously. And here we are going to see a copy of MK2 and a copy of Geargiano summoned, and both of those are going to be level 4s. And now we see Swisky draw a Max C for turn, and right away TM is dropping that Max C, and from here we do see that Swisky flips up the copy of Armor, trying to use the effect, and that is going to be met with Torrential. So here Swisky picks up a copy of MK2, Torrential resolves, and here the Magellin will get shuffled in via its own effect. After that, we see Swisky playing it slow, just summoning a Fire Hand and attacking in over to TM, who gets a copy of Angeli. From here, we are going to see Trap Stun activated, chaining Palooza, and the Max C is going to be chained to that. So here TM will special summon everything, and Swisky does get a draw here, getting a copy of Fiendish Chain, and because of Palooza, obviously these were all summoned simultaneously, so it is just one draw here. After that, they're probably thinking how hard they want to go in here, and it looks like they might be trying to just go for the game shot here, using Angeli Effect to summon a copy of Messengelato. Swisky gets a copy of Geargia gear. After that, the Messengelato's adding a copy of Ticket. Ticket's activated, and then we will see an overlay into a Tiramisu, which Swisky will get a copy of Arsenal using the Tiramisu and putting back the Palooza and Messengelato. Triggering the Ticket, Ticket is going to add a copy of Fruitcake, which they can special summon if they want. Which, okay, here they're instead just adding it to hand and then normal summoning it is what I'm seeing here. And so from here, it looks like using the effect, banishing Angeli and summoning a Messengelato, which I believe that was the one they shuffled back, but I think from other replays I've watched of them, I think they are on 2 copies here. Anyways, here is Swisky should get a draw off of that, off of this being summoned, because I think they had drawn the Arsenal off the Tiramisu here. But anyways, getting a copy of Chateau, activating Chateau, going to battle phase, and all of these are gaining 500. So let's see how much damage that is. That should be pretty close, if not, because it would be 2,000 and then 21, so that's 41, 51, 60, 70, 78, I believe, and then going for a copy of Levier. And here Swisky gets a copy of Max C, and here they're going to go for Levier, which could bring back the Angeli. So if they have Max C, that is going to be just game here, which they do have. So, you know, TM here does, you know, OTK through the Max C, which is very cool to see. A very good pilot here, and especially against a very good player in Swisky. Swisky has been, you know, topping and winning a bunch of events. So, you know, definitely a great matchup here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it, comment any questions or videos you want to see in the future, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified anytime I put a new video out. Share this video with your friends, and don't forget to go down to the video description to find out how you can send in your hat format replays. Whether you won or lost, if you thought the deck you or your opponent was playing was pretty cool, feel free to send that in. I'm sure a lot of people would love to see it. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video.